Another gorgeous evening for football here in the state of Alabama as Drummond Company Friday Night Rivals, presented by Tamron Hyundai Hoover. Spain Park Jaguars host the Hoover Buccaneers in a key inner-city matchup here in the growing city of Hoover, Alabama. Hello, everybody. James Beretta along with R.J. Burns. And R.J., this is a situation where both teams are trying not to have certain streaks start and one trying to start a streak. For Hoover, they've never lost to Spain Park 2 years in a row. And for the Jaguars, they're trying to win 2 times in a row for the first time ever in school history.
Yeah, James, this is a very big matchup for both teams, Hoover and Spain Park. It's a big rival right here in the state of Alabama, but also right here in Hoover, Alabama. So I'm excited to see how both teams will respond to adversity tonight, because there will be tough situations tonight in the game.
For the Buccaneers, they fell to IMG Academy last week. That was a close game against a national power. But for the homestanding Jaguars, they went on the road to Sparkman up in North Alabama and walked away with a victory. As we take a look at our Tamron Hyundai Hoover keys to the game, this is a situation where both teams are going to try to establish their offenses early.
Yes, for Hoover, defense must be aware of explosive Buck players, and they also must dominate on the offensive line. For Spain Park, you must start fast on offense, but you also need to limit Brock Bradley's explosive plays.
All right, our Tamron Hyundai Hoover keys to the game, where you're going to love the way you're treated. Stay tuned. We come back. We'll get you ready for kickoff. Austin Pratt, the third member of our broadcast, will be in on it as we see who will have supremacy here in the city of Hoover. Stay tuned. As the sun starts to set, the spotlight is here at Jaguar Stadium at Bob Finley Field in Hoover, Alabama, as the Jaguars take on the Buccaneers. And here come the visiting Buccaneers of Hoover High School. They're looking to get their first victory of the season and avoid losing to their arch rival 2 years in a row for the first time ever in school history. The homestanding Jaguars of Spain Park are trying to make history also. A win tonight will give them their first ever back-to-back victories in school history against their arch rivals, the Buccaneers of Hoover. Now, you got to think about this. When Hoover High School was started, it was just one high school in the city of Hoover. Spain Park was created, as you see the head coach for the Hoover Buccaneers, Chip English, here in his first full season as head coach. Last year, he was the interim head coach, led his team to an outstanding year, RJ.
Yes, Coach Chip English, he definitely understands the standard of Hoover. He also wants to keep that winning tradition going on. So I'm excited to see how Coach English can respond tonight versus this arch rival versus a good Spain Park football team.
All right, let's go down to our our Shops of Grand River coin toss. And remember, Shops of Grand River save even more at Birmingham's only outlet center. And there's the flip of the coin, and it was in favor of Hoover, and they have opted to defer. Let's go to the third member of our broadcast crew, Austin Pratt. Austin?
Guys, let me just say, it feels great to be out here tonight. The weather is fantastic. Now, I spoke with both coaches ahead of the game. Vakakis with Spain Park telling me that his guys feel good and knows what this game means, talking about the win last year and what it has done for his program, the program he's trying to build. And as for Chip and Hoover, saying that Spain Park is certainly a good enough team to beat them tonight, but not if they do all the little things right. That's it on the field for now. I'm sending it right back up to you guys in the booth.
Thank you so very much, Austin. This should be an interesting game. And for Coach English, his first time on the road here, up the road in Hoover, taking on his arch rival, the Jaguars, here in their place. I've always said, why don't they just play it at the Hoover Met? There are two teams in Hoover, but for Spain Park, particularly these seniors, this place is hollow ground.
Yes, I think it's a very important space for how these seniors will start the game tonight. Spain Park has a great crowd out here, great advantage out here, so excited to see what Coach Tim and his team can do tonight.
Coach Vakakis is an outstanding coach. Really, 5 years ago, took this program over and basically rebuilt it from the ground up. And he has been able to build them into a powerhouse. It was 2015 when they had a magical run toward a blue map, and it's been all of that time since then. They've been trying to rebuild it. Coach Vakakis came in 5 years ago, got these young 8th graders to believe now those 8th graders are seniors, and they are poised to try to make history tonight.
Yes, you talked about building a blue map. This is the kind of game you want to play if you want to get to those big games. Big competition game where you have a lot of adversity. So if you want to get to that foundation, this type of games you want to play early in the season.
James Bryant ready to kick off our Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union kickoff. Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, it's a sky kick. And remember, they have personalized financial solutions to help you achieve your goals. Go to CoosaPinesFCU.org today. Up back gets the ball, and field position will be right at about the 30-yard line. Here comes Brock Bradley, the quarterback for the Jaguars. He is a Clemson commit, and that commitment has been strong ever since his sophomore year. And now this young man is going to try to do something that hasn't been done in school history, try to win back-to-back years against a very good Hoover defense.
Yes, young man is very explosive. See what he can do in the first drive of the game.
Flare pass out to Kenya Rigo, and Rigo with second and third effort. Let's take a look at our People's Bank of Alabama starting lineup for Spain Park. Brock Bradley right there, but that offensive line is outstanding.
Yes, offensive line, you have number 77, Reed Ultrich. Then you have Sammy Carmirgo. You also have Jackson Bryant, and you have Isaac Harris, and you also have...
First down. Ball at about the 43. Going to try to get it on the ground. J.D. Thompson able to get some positive yards. Let's take a look at this speedy and athletic defense for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, starting with 0 right there, Justin Hartley. You see number 9, Joe Johnson. Also have number 22, Jackson Lassiter. And you also have Anquin Allen at cornerback.
1 yard loss for the Jaguars. Bradley to throw. Got plenty of time. He's going to break the line of scrimmage and run, engage in contact, and get close to a first down.
For Bradley, you have to put pressure on him. Those defensive linemen are going to have to find where the ball's at, going to have to find where to get their eyes up and get off those blocks. You don't want to keep having those explosive plays for Brock Bradley.
Second down and about 4 yards to go for the first. Bradley over 300 yards passing against Sparkman last week. An outstanding offensive performance by a lot of guys who are really new to this offense. Once again, keeping it on the ground, a tackle for a loss. Huge play right there, coming out of nowhere for Hoover is number 5, Caleb Cook.
Yes, Caleb Cook just shot that gap, and as soon as the running back took the ball off, he got a few steps, and he made the tackle. That's the kind of plays you want to see from Hoover defensive line all night.
Caleb Cook plays that star position, really comes out of nowhere. It's sort of like a rover back. 4th down situation, punting situation. Zach Van Pelt. Oh, and he gets hit, and it may be a flag. The flag does come out, but the return is still on. And the return gets close to the 30-yard line. But it looks like this may either get them close to a first down or maybe a yard short, depending on it is. Now, I know that the fans for Hoover may say that the defender was blocked into the punter, but it looks like it was a little bit aggressive.
Yeah, James, on those type.
And he's going to decline the penalty because it was going to give him a first down. Let's take another look.
Yes, on those type plays, he has the momentum, and he was blocked into it, but it's hard to kind of decipher those kind of plays. You know, once you have the momentum, it's hard to stop. Those kind of plays, you have to kind of judge and play by ear, but at the end of the day, you can't do that. It's a 15-yard penalty, so you just have to be mindful of those type of plays.
So Coach Vakakis says we're going to just take the yardage from the punt and the return, and now we'll see take a look at the offense for the Buccaneers. Their quarterback, a transfer from Pleasant Grove, is Caleb Freeman. Stands about 6'2", 190. Just a junior. Keeping it in the spread. Freeman pump fakes, and now he flares it out. Able to find Jonah Winston. Yes, that is the brother of Jameis Winston. And he's able to get enough for a first down, and they'll be able to move the chains. And that is another first down, brought to you by Salvatore's Pizza and Pasta.
Very explosive plays. Those type of plays you don't want to have all night. And
movement there by Keelan Jefferson going into the backfield. And that running play doesn't go far. Let's take a look at the starting offense for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, starting out with our quarterback, Caleb Freeman. Number 3, Junior Mosley. You see number 4, Jonah Winston. 74, Lamar King. You also have an offensive lineman, Rocky Rossi at right tackle.
Our offensive starters brought to you by People's Bank of Alabama. 2nd down and about 8 yards to go for the first. 3 wide receivers on the far side. Jefferson now trying to flare out. He cuts back. Now a flare to Winston, but this time Winston can't go anywhere fast. Nathan Bird, the defensive end, able to wrap him up and make the tackle.
Yeah, Nathan was all over that play.
Let's take a look at the People's Bank of Alabama Spain Park defense.
Yes, that tackle was made by number 8, Nathan Bird. You also have number 23, Wyatt Batty. Have 14, Tristan Hill, and you have number 19, Joe Cross.
3rd down now and 11 after the loss, the tackle for a loss by Bird. 4 wide receivers set with Jefferson, the only back in the backfield, along with Freeman. Calls for the ball, getting some pressure. Nice throw, and incomplete. Just a little short. Good coverage there by Tristan Hill.
Yes, Caleb Freeman had all day back there in the backfield. As long as you got a lot of time in the backfield, you're going to have time to direct traffic, but you have to get pressure on the quarterback in order for those type of plays to be eliminated.
Punting situation now for the Buccaneers. Grant Morrison on to punt. No pressure provided by the Jaguars. A nice punt, fair catch called, catch made at about the 23-yard line. That was E.J. Curley with the catch. And as it was last year at the Hoover Met, it's more like a chess match. Both of these teams are very familiar with each other. These young men grew up together. in the same community. They've played 7-on-7 against each other, Little League against each other, and now it comes to this.
Yes, it comes down to this, and like you said, they've known each other for a long time, but now when you're on a football field, you have to be competitive. You got to put away the friendships, the relationships. It's all about handling business right here on the football field.
Bradley with time, trying to find somebody, and looks like a miscommunication there between him and the receiver. The receiver stopped, and when he threw, he went, and the ball was left way back about 5 yards behind the receiver.
I thought that was a pretty good decision for Bradley. Most quarterbacks want to just sit there and try to make fancy plays or just do something, but you have to live for another down. You get another play, so excited to see what Bradley's going to do on this next play.
2nd down and 10. Going to try to keep it on the ground, trying to find some positive yards, and that's Nick McKissick. He is the future of this rushing attack. This young man is an all-around rusher.
It's always a plus when you have an all-around running back. He can do everything, catch some pass out of the backfield, but also get positive yards that he just did on this powerful run in the inside zone.
3rd down, and we'll call it 4. Reverse, going to agent 0, Kenya Rigo, but not having it. A good open field tackle made by this defense, and that's Jackson there on the tackle.
Yeah, Jackson was very patient. You see he's looking at what's going on in the backfield. Once he sees the reverse, he goes up, breaks down and make the tackle. Good form tackle for a loss. So great tackle and way to get to the ball.
Jackson Lassiter, he also plays that star position, more like a rover back. Punting situation now, Zach Van Pelt, his 2nd putt of the evening. And this time he gets untouched. Fair catch called, reception made right there at the 31. And here comes Caleb Freeman. This offense went up against most likely one of the biggest teams they most likely will ever see in high school. They had IMG Academy. They had an offensive tackle and defensive tackle, 6'7", 6'8", 300. And for Caleb Freeman, he held his own. They were able to move the ball against him.
Yeah, Caleb Freeman just stayed to what he's been taught, what he's been coached, and he didn't overcomplicate it, but he did exactly what he was told to do, and he still held his ground.
1 for 2 in that last series. See if he can get something going here. Kalen Jefferson, this time he is wrapped up and can't go anywhere fast. E.J. Curley right there for the tackle.
E.J. Curley was all over that tackle right there. You see him right there, makes the good tackle, and he just knew what he was doing and has eyes in the right spot.
Second down and 10, no gain on the last play. Curley doing a good job, as you said, shooting that gap. Winston goes in motion. They give it to him, reverse it back. Here comes agent 0, Hunter Purdue. Hunter Purdue gets a 1st down and more, goes out of bounds. And they'll say he is out of bounds right at the 1st down marker rather than where he thought he was in Jaguar territory. Take another look.
Take a look at that reverse. He got a few positive yards. He kept going and going, but eventually he got tackled. He stepped out of bounds.
Keeping it on the ground, and Jefferson this time is found out real quick. Zion McClain and others right there to gang tackle him, along with Nathan Bird.
Yeah, Zion McClain was all over that tackle, man. He didn't hardly gain anything right there. Way to be patient, way to see where the ball was at, way to get off the blocks, and way to make a good form physical tackle along with your other defenders.
3-yard loss on the play now. It's 2nd down and 13 for the Buccaneers on their 2nd drive of the evening. 4 wide receivers out there. Freeman finds a receiver in Tab. Jeremiah Tab, who is a big target at 6'2", 200. He gets enough to get that negative yards back and makes it a workable 3rd down. And we'll take a timeout. We come back. We'll see if Hoover can not only knock down their billboard, but knock down the scoring wall, as Spain Park's defense has stepped up big and tried to wrap up the Buccaneers. No score here. We'll come back with the rest of the 1st quarter. Stay tuned. Friday Night Rivals, no score here. Drummond Company Friday Night Rivals. And it's time for our Salvatore's Pizza Break. 4 convenient locations near you in the Birmingham area. Mention Friday Night Rivals and get 10% off your Salvatore's order. Yeah, it's our Salvatore's Pizza Break. So now 3rd down for the Buccaneers. Freeman looking to throw, finds a receiver, scoots back and backwards. Going forward is Jeremiah Tam, and looks like he may have enough for the first.
Really great play to gain first down. Nothing too major, nothing too complicated. A pass out to the receiver.
Well, they say
to see what's going on.
Well, they say it's a first. And yes, they will call it a first. The Salvatore's first down for the Buccaneers. Now they're in Jaguar territory. Tab throws a slide down. They're going to keep it on the ground. Good push there by one of their up-and-coming running backs, number 20, Paxton Weathersby.
Yes, number 20 just followed his big offensive lineman on a double trap, got a few positive yards, and he ran downhill and got some good yards, and that's what you want to see from a good running back.
Weathersby's going to stay in the backfield. Winston in motion. Now he loops back around. Weathersby finds a hole. Gets some more positive yards. This is a young man a lot of people haven't seen. Sophomore running back, 5'6", 145 pounds. But he's a ball of lightning right there on the field.
Yeah, he's got a lot of yards for another positive gain. That's what you want to see. Follow his offensive lineman running downhill.
All right, they give him a breather. They go back to Jefferson. And Jefferson doesn't get much.
He showed what a good running back does. He was patient. He tried to gain a few yards, but he didn't get much yards, but he still made something positive instead of turning into a negative play.
Second down and 7. Ball inside the 30-yard line, right at about the 29. Long drive for Hoover right now. Freeman again going to give it to Jefferson. Jefferson goes up the backside of one of his offensive linemen, able to get the ball down to about the 25-yard line.
Looked like he was trying to run inside zone there. He also was on the backside of his offensive lineman. So you have to be patient. You have to see what the play presents, and that's what he did. He took advantage of what was given to him.
So another 3rd down. They've been pretty good on 3rd down conversions so far tonight. About 2 of 3 so far tonight. Here comes Freeman, throws, the pass is great catch by Jeremiah Tabb into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Wow, what a play, and that's another City of Bessemer touchdown. See why we call it the Marble City, with growing jobs, affordable housing, strong schools. Bessemer, Alabama, opportunity lives here, and Jeremiah Tabb basically took the ball away from the defender.
Yeah, Spain Park has to know where the playmakers at. You have the quarterback, but you also have some explosive wide receivers. You can't give the quarterback that much time to read the defense and direct traffic. Another explosive offensive play.
6'2", 200 pounds, and that's the point after attempt. Kick is up, and it's good by James Bryant, and the Buccaneers are on the board first, 7-0, and that young man, Jeremiah Tabb, did an alley-oop play. Pass from Freeman to Tabb, and he just marches into the end zone. Stay tuned. Buccaneers come on the road and strike first with a pass from Caleb Freeman to Jeremiah Tabb. That was Tabb's 4th reception of the day and his first touchdown reception of the evening. And for Chip English, the work is still not done, but at least he knows his offense can drive down the field, RJ, and score.
Yeah, that was just a big explosive play. That was what you call a statement play. Jeremiah Tabb just went up for the ball, and he marched right into the end zone. So we want to see what can we see more from this explosive offense in the near drives.
Another Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union kickoff. Another sky kick goes out of bounds right at about the 30-yard line. So now Brock Bradley and the Jaguars going to see if they can match score for score here against their rivals, the Buccaneers of Hoover. And for Coach Vakakis, his team was able to score a lot of points against Sparkman, get an early lead. That lead was shrunken, and then they were able to expand it again using strong defensive plays and, of course, the play of this young man, Brock Bradley. But Coach Vakakis says that it is a work in progress because they still have a lot of new faces out there on offense.
It's definitely a working process, but in the second game like this of the year, it's time to still fix stuff, and you can see what you have to work with.
Major shift on their offense, going to the far side, keeping it on the ground, but it really doesn't affect that defense. Justin Hartley right there to lead the way to make the tackle.
Yeah, Justin Hartley was all over that tackle, was patient, and as you see on the replay, he read the ball, defensive end was patient, and he was right there on the tackle for the tackle of loss. They didn't gain any positive yards, and that's what you want to see from an explosive defensive end.
Hartley, a senior, 6'2", 205. Spread, 5 wide receivers now for Bradley to see if he can get this offense going. Going to try to go out to Thompson, can't find him there. Throw, and he does find a receiver. Great job by Connor Grebb in order to make the play.
Yes, he's very patient, read the defense, tried to get away from the tackle a little bit. You see right there, he's patient. He's rolling to the left to the pocket. And he's able to read what's going on, made a great play right there. Great play, great catch, and another positive yards for a Spain Park first down.
Another Salvatore's first down for the Jaguars. Bradley, plenty of time, makes a reception, and gets knocked out of bounds. Is Connor Grebb, his second reception of the day. Good tackle made there by Caleb Cook.
Yeah, this defensive line really has to get some pressure on quarterback Brock Bradley. If not, it's going to be a long night. You don't want to see him keep making explosive plays that can add up to a touchdown. So you have to be very physical. Get off the offensive lineman, use your hands, use your feet, and get to the quarterback as soon as you can so he don't keep having these explosive small plays.
Cook, part of this dynamic senior class for the Buccaneers. Second down. Bradley still with plenty of time, flares it out to McKissick, and he gets inside the 40 to the 39 before he's brought down by Jared Goldsmith.
Looks like he wanted to go deep, but he had another receiver right here just in case something happened. That's what a good quarterback looks. They look to see what they can create, but they also had a check down right here, and he was able to make still. He didn't get a lot of plays, but he was able to make the play that he needed on that drive.
A little bit over a minute to play here in the opening quarter with the Bucs with a 7-0 lead and the Jaguars trying to see if they can answer score for score. Keeping it on the ground is McKissick, and he slides his way forward to another Salvatore's first down.
Yeah, it looked like he was inside zone play. He didn't do nothing too much, didn't do too fancy, but he took what was given to him. You see right here, he ran behind that big, strong, powerful offensive lineman, took what was given to him, kept his balance like a real athlete, and was able to get a first down.
Ball now at the 35-yard line of the Buccaneers. Less than a minute to play here in the opening quarter. McKissick again. And this time he's brought down by Goldsmith, along with others there to push on the pound.
McKissick, he's not afraid to run physical. He's going to run downhill, give you everything he's got. So that's what I want to keep seeing from this offense, especially if they want to make their way into the end zone on this drive.
McKissick again. McKissick finds a hole. Nick McKissick inside the 20. Enough for another Salvatore's first down, and now they are in the Window World's red zone. Remember, enhance your home with Window World of Central Alabama. Whether you're upgrading your forever home, building your dream space, or renovating your commercial property, our American-made replacement windows and doors are right there for you. Less than 10 seconds to go. They're trying to push the pile. Clock is stopped, but it's going to continue to run for 3, 2, 1, and that is the end of our first quarter as we find the Jaguars knocking at the door, but can they open it toward a score? We'll see, but Nick McKissick has been the anchor of this drive. Stay tuned. We come back. We'll get you ready for the second quarter, but in the first quarter, it's been Buccaneers up 7-0. You're watching Drummond Company Friday Night Rivals. Stay tuned. Ready to start the second quarter with the Jaguars already in the Window World's red zone. Another shift going. Brock Bradley still at quarterback, rolling out and looking to try to get a bubble screen. He's able to find someone, but quickly the bubble screen was sniffed out by Justin Hartley and company.
Yeah, they were all over that bubble screen. Looked like there was some confusion, or there might have been a trick play, but to say the least, they didn't gain many positive yards in that play.
No, they lost some, and now it's 3rd down and long. They need to get the ball to about the 6-yard line, make it the 8-yard line, and get a first. So now they're going to keep it spread out, 5 wide receivers out there. Mason McClure all the way on the near side, but now timeout is called. And we'll take the timeout. Let's go down to Austin Pratt on the sideline. Austin?
Guys, I'm pleased to say I'm joined here tonight on the field with one of our sponsors. This is Clabe Dobbs with People's Bank of Alabama, actually the vice president. Clabe, what does it mean for you and People's Bank being here down on the field tonight as a sponsor?
Well, Austin, first, thank you very much for giving us the privilege of coming out here tonight. You know, what a great night. High school football in Alabama is part of our culture, and so we at People's try to integrate ourselves in that culture. I mean, we want to be the people you see at church, see the people at grocery store, and be part of the Friday night football crowd.
Yeah, and there's certainly a lot of exciting things going on the field tonight with this matchup. What's the most exciting thing that's happened for People's Bank this year?
Well, one of the things we're taking a lot of pride in, for the 4th year in a row, we've been named to Forbes' best Alabama-based banks in the state. So we carry a lot of pride with that and hope to use that as our message to get in the door with some prospective customers and clients from that standpoint.
And what do you attribute that success to?
Well, I think the biggest thing we do, we try to parallel it just like the high school football. You know, we meet someone, we try to make a game plan, and we try to be nimble and have the ability to audible and make adjustments to that game plan based on the circumstances that they encounter.
Yeah, I got you. And People's Bank is described as a community bank. Can you tell me a little bit about what that means, what it means for your customers?
Sure, absolutely. So we are a community-based bank based out of Coleman, Alabama, been in business for 48 years. And it started with some guys that just got together and said, hey, we want to find a good job and a good way to take care of people. And that's really what we do. We really want to just take care of people. We're not worried about being the biggest bank, but we certainly want to be the best bank.
Well, Clay, thank you very much for taking the time with us. Really appreciate you as a sponsor. Sending it right back up to you guys in the booth.
All right, and this time out brought to you by Jefferson County Department of Health. And remember that you can recognize an overdose, learn how to save a life. Download the free OPI Rescue app on your Apple App Store or Google Play Store. And remember, that's OPI Rescue AL. Bradley on 3rd and long, trying to find somebody. Good coverage there. Here comes Agent Zero with a big hit. Wow! Justin Hartley came in and laid down the leather old school style.
Man, yes, on a play like that, you have to hurry to get the ball out. You see a guy coming at you like that, you have to get that ball out as soon as you can. Because right here on this play, as you can see, he was looking to see who he wanted to throw it to, but he came in like a freight train. As soon as he hit the ball, it just went everywhere, and you have to get the ball out in a play like that.
And Hartley waited until the right time, and he just unleashed.
Yes, that's a sign of a good defensive player. He waited, he was patient, and he didn't try to do anything fancy, but when that time was right, he just laid the wood, and that's what you want to see in a great defensive play like that.
4th and 16, looks like they're going to go for it. Bradley is back up on his feet, finds his agent Zero and Ringo can't go anywhere fast. Quickly wrapped up and brought down by Caleb Cook. And they'll turn it over on downs, and the defense for the Buccaneers step up big in the red zone.
Yeah, defense, as you can see right here on the screenplay, tried to get it out to the receiver, but he missed the block right there, but tried to make something shake, but nothing was there, and a turnover on downs for the Spain Park.
And you can see Cook and company trying to rally their fans who have made the trip just down the road a bit here to Spain Park. So now let's see if Caleb Freeman and the offense can add on to their 7-0 lead. So far, Freeman 4 of 5 for 50 yards and a touchdown through the air. Throw and catch, reception made by Hunter Purdue. He's able to get about 4 or 5 yards on that reception.
You know, one thing about this offense, they're not trying to do nothing too fancy. They're not trying to do nothing that they're not coached to. They're just trying to do everything simple and gain positive yards on each play. And that's what you want to see out of a good offensive team.
2nd down. Freeman, bullet pass. He finds Purdue again, and another Salvatore's 1st down in the Jaguar territory. Hunter Purdue with a good reception.
Yeah, take a look at the play right here on the route. He gets it to him. He got a few positive yards, and he thought he was going to break a tackle, but he got tackled right there by the defender, but also for 1st down.
Into Jaguar territory, ball at the 47, and this time, good pullback by Freeman with the nice fake, able to get the ball to a receiver. Great job by Jeremiah Tabb, another Salvatore's 1st down, and they move the chains again.
Looks like the Salvatore's trying to find their momentum in this offensive drive. You can see right here, great fake, was patient, through the screen right there. He got a few yards, shake and bake, and he was able to get enough for 1st down.
This time he's going to keep it, and Freeman on the keep. A great fake by Caleb Freeman, and he spins around, able to get 1 extra yard. Joe Cross there on the tackle, and that may have been a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yes, man, they are doing a great job on these fakes, man. You see quarterback keep giving it, he'll pull it, he takes off and gets some positive yards. And like you said, that may have been a touchdown because that guy that make that tackle, that probably would have been another touchdown.
Getting close to that Window World red zone. Reception made, trying to move the pile forward. And looks like it'll be a face mask right there. Jonas Winston right there on the reception. And he's sort of like, ooh, that hurt a little bit. And that's TK Slaughter who will be called for that flag.
Yeah, you see Hunter Purdue. He had a great block on the perimeter. That's what you want to see in a good wide receiver. They can block and they can make room for their playmakers, and that was a very great block he had over there on the perimeter. Take a look at it. Look at that great block right there. He's got the guy right there, but he still made the face mask tackle, but he was still blocking him.
He pulled it. That moves them deeper into the Window World red zone. Now it's 2nd down and 2 for a first. Play clock is started. DJ Whalen in the backfield. They give it to him, and he gets hit almost immediately as he broke the line of scrimmage. TK Slaughter there on the tackle.
Yeah, TK was all over that tackle. He read it. He saw. He was patient. And once the running back was met him in the hole, he was able to make a great tackle right there.
And that was enough for a first down. Another Salvatore's first down. They're in the Window World red zone. Trying to keep it on the ground, J.R. Mosley. He breaks one tackle, but can't stop the host of light blue shirts right there to bring him down. And looks like it may have been a 1-yard loss. So now 2nd and 11. If they get to the 1-yard line, they'll have enough for a first down. So they can get a first down before scoring. Second and 11 now for Freeman and the Buccaneers, trying to expand their 7-0 lead. Mosley, the back in the backfield with Freeman. And the coach runs. Chip English rushes off down the sideline to call a timeout. And we'll take a timeout with them. When we come back, we'll see if the Jaguars' red zone defense can stop the Buccaneers, or will the Buccaneers just kick down the door again and expand their lead. Stay tuned. And Chip English offense so far has been outstanding. Just in the first quarter, they were able to get 50 yards passing. Now they're going to see if they can add on to it here in the second quarter as they're marching down the field. 2nd down and 10. Freeman's going to keep it. Looks like it was a broken play, but he's able to spin and get right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more. Now he's trying to rush his young men out to their position so they can make another play. Good tackle there by E.J. Curley.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be either a toss or an option, but way to just continue to run the play and live for another down and way to make the tackle.
Mosley, the back in the backfield, along with Freeman. They have 4 wide receivers split out. Quick pass in the back of the end zone. Catch! Wow, Jonah Winston Another City of Bessemer touchdown. And just like that, it's a 13-point lead for the Buccaneers on the road.
They were very aggressive on that play. As you can see, you'll see it later, but he threw a back screen fade, and that was a perfect play, perfect throw, perfect catch, and they got another touchdown for another 6 points. Quarterback very patient right here, reading the defense, throwing to the back shoulder of the pylon, and he just catched the ball, and that was a great play and a great catch by Chip English in this offense.
And Winston also is the holder on the point after attempt. James Bryant, the kicker. Kick is up, and it's good. And just like that, they're up 14-0 against the Jaguars of Spain Park, and Winston is feeling pretty good along with Caleb Freeman. And I think that the catch by Jeremiah Tabb may have set this up, because you see him on the crossing pattern, and everybody's trying to account for him, and they forget about Winston in the backside.
Yeah, Winston is also a dynamic playmaker, too. You can't forget about Jeremiah Winston. You just can't. You have other playmakers, but a young man like that is very explosive, very powerful, and he's just a dynamic athlete, and you can't forget about him.
Jonah Winston, the brother of Jameis Winston, and even this summer he was catching some passes from his brother. So, hey, you know, when you got a brother that has a Heisman Trophy and plays in the NFL, I think you can lean on him a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, use the resource while you have it.
Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union kickoff. Another sky kick. And now they got to get it. Thompson gets it, gets a spin move, and he goes down inside the 20. Good job by the Buccaneers special teams. Aiden Collins along with Bradley Crushville in on the tackle. Now it's go time for the Spain Park offense. They're down 14. Nothing new for Brock Bradley, the 3-year starter, the Clemson commit. But for some of the younger players, this is something that's new to them.
Yes, it's something new to them, but it's also a challenge. But this is where you see what the younger players are made of. This is an adverse time, adverse situations, and you have to see what you're made of right now on this possession.
Going to try to eat up some clock, keep it on the ground. Nick McKissick makes about a 1-yard gain. Let's take a look at the Fortis scoring drive. And this was 10 plays, 69 yards. And the pass to Jonah Winston, 25-yard pass. Oh, that was for the first touchdown, 25-yard pass. Second down and 9. They did give him one. Bradley looking to throw. Great throw and catch. Enough for a Salvatore's first down.
Yeah, Brock Bradley threw to Mason McClure right here on the outside. Very patient. He saw what he had, and he took what was given to him, and he's able enough to get a first down. So Mason McClure is a guy that you also want to watch as well. So he's out there on the perimeter. But this young man, he's a sleeper now, so you may want to keep your eyes on number 2, Mason McClure.
Ball out to the 38-yard line. McClure now goes in motion to the far side. Pitch out to McKissick. Using his speed and power, getting some extra yards down to about the 45-yard line. But there is a flag. Not many yellow pieces of laundry so far tonight.
Yes, that's very good, sound, disciplined football by both teams. They're being aware. They're trying to play to a great standard, and they're doing really good right now.
Defense, 5 yards out of the 10.
And that is the second face mask that we've seen.
But when it is those type of penalties in plays, you don't want to see a 15-yard because you're either giving them too many yards or you're taking too many yards back. So you don't want to see, to your reference, no yellow flags out there.
First down from midfield. McKissick showing that power and speed, gets inside the 40. Another Salvatore's first down.
Great trap play. You see him right here. He's being patient. He's running downhill, following his blocks, and he just couldn't continue to get a yard. And also another first down for McKissick.
And we'll take a break. We come back. We'll see if the Jaguars can get on the board as they trail by 14. Stay tuned. Drummond Company Friday Night Rivals presented by Tamron Hyundai Hoover, and looks like Caleb Freeman is trying to really get his teammates going. Let's take a look at our Fortis Institute scoring drive for the second score. Fortis, your life powered by learning. 9 plays, 78 yards, 11-yard touchdown reception by Jonah Winston. 3 minutes, 26 seconds. Taking off the clock. Not bad for the junior signal caller.
Oh, no. He's taking what his advantage is given to him, and he's just making explosive plays, and he's just doing what he's been coached to do. And that's what you want to see out of a very explosive offensive player.
Another shift. Mason McClure goes in motion to the far side. Now they're going to try to give it to McKissick, and McKissick is slapped down immediately by Caleb Cook, playing that star position. Another tackle behind the line for Cook.
Caleb Cook read that play well. He saw what was given. He squeezed down on the interior offensive lineman, and he was all over that. Good form tackle. Got him by his legs, wrapped him up. That's what you want to see in a good star position like that. Don't try to over-pursue, but wrap him up as soon as you see, and the tackle was right there.
2nd down and 10. 5 wide receivers set now for the Jaguars. Pitch and catch reception made by Keena Rigo. And Rigo able to get them a little closer to the first down marker, but now it makes it 3rd and manageable rather than 3rd and 10. Is looking at 3rd and 5.
Be interested to see what kind of play the coach dials up. He only need about like 5 or 4 yards. Don't need nothing too explosive. Just need something enough to give him the first down.
Shift. Another shift that's similar to what we see from Vestavia Hills. They like to do a lot of shifting.
Yeah, that shifting is something that Spain Park does a lot, and you have to be careful to see.
Keep going.
Bradley throw, catch made, enough for the first down. Rigo, another Salvatore's first down, and they'll move the chains again.
Yeah, Rigo is someone you want to keep your eyes on. They might not go to him a lot, but as you can see right here, he's the quarterback is very patient. He's running out. He runs a good route, very patient, and he's enough for the first down. Was able to get his feet inside the bounds before he stepped out of bounds, and that's what you want to see in a good receiver, good body control.
Ball at the 24-yard line. Coach Fakakis staying stoic and patient as his offense now starting to find their rhythm. Timeout is called. And remember, this is a Jefferson County Department of Health timeout. Do you know how to recognize an overdose? Learn how you can save a life. Download the free OPI Rescue AL app on your Apple App Store or Google Play Store. That's OPI Rescue AL. So now if you're Spain Park, RJ, what do you think they need to do in order to keep this thing going?
I would run some good inside zones, some good traps, maybe even some short pass plays, but you don't want to get in the habit of running nothing that's not going to work for your offense. So you don't have to have anything too explosive. You don't even have to have anything like too magic, but just do what you're supposed to do. You've been coached. Run the ball, keep getting downhill, keep being physical. Offensive lineman is doing a great job, and just keep doing what you do, and maybe you can find yourself in the end zone on this possession right here.
Well, they would love to get into the end zone. They haven't done that all night tonight. 4:08 left here in the first half. And it hasn't been for a lack of trying. They've been able to move the ball somewhat, but big plays by the defense has shut the door whenever they've gotten close.
Yes, it's like the defense is all over that. They're being prepared, and they might have. You can definitely tell they went over their scout report. So these are things they probably saw in practice. They probably ripped all week. So they kind of are trained to what may be the next big plays, and they're all over it. And they're definitely stopping what they can do in this offensive drive.
All right, our timeout is over. Going to send Thompson in motion. Bradley looking to throw. Now he's getting some pressure on the backside. Throw, catch made. Another great play by this offense. Now they're moving into the Windows World red zone. You gotta love that catch by Keanu Rigo.
Keanu Rigo is a young man that he's making some plays on this drive right here. So you better keep your eyes on him. Defense has to know where he's at, have to locate this young man. And you're giving Brock Bradley all day. And when he has time like that, this young man can make some great plays. So you want to know where his eyes at all times.
Now 1st and goal from the 10, Window World red zone. Keeping it on the ground is J.D. Thompson. Going to have a little pushing and shoving, saying hello, but Thompson is quickly to get up.
Yeah, J.D. Thompson, some good positive yards right there. That's what I keep saying. You don't want to have nothing too fancy. You just got to keep it on the ground, keep doing what you're coached to do, and you can continue to gain positive yards and look like they're in a rhythm right here. So maybe they can find the end zone right here, or they can get a field goal.
2nd down and goal. Rigo split out on the near side. Bradley gets hit. Good catch. Great job by Mason McClure, because Bradley just got hit hard, but he was able to get the ball off.
Yeah, right. You can see right here, Bradley, he was patient, but this young man is getting the ball off right in enough time. He got hit as soon as he threw the ball, but Mason McClure made a great catch right there.
And we've got a player down for the Buccaneers. Looks like it could possibly be a cramp. Never can tell these days, but it looks like he may have been cramping. We've got a timeout called, and that's Caleb Cook, who has been out on the field making a lot of plays. He didn't have his pickle juice.
Oh, man, that's what it was. So
pickle juice, pickle juice, pickle juice.
Hopefully those trainers over there have some pickle juice, or I can do you one better, or some mustard. Which one do you prefer, James?
Pickle juice. Mustard makes stains. Mustard makes stains.
I was a fan of pickle juice when I was in high school. I think it does good. It does a great job.
And this is another Jefferson County Department of Health timeout. Remember, you can recognize an overdose, learn how you can save a life. Download the free OPI Rescue AL app on your Apple App Store and Google Play Store. That's OPI Rescue AL.
Yeah, it looked like the athletic trainers gave him some water or something. Maybe it was a small cramp. But those are the things you have in these early games. That's why they utilize heat timeouts and water timeouts. But this young man's been prepared for this all summer, so hopefully the trainers get that squared away.
And it's time for our Salvatore's Pizza Break. Remember, 4 convenient locations in and around the Birmingham area. Mention Friday Night Rivals and get 10% off your Salvatore's order. 3rd and goal now for the Jaguars. McKissick in at running back. Bradley fakes over to McKissick, and he was trying to find Connor Grebb, but he just overthrew him. Now it's decision time, 4th and goal. And looks like he's going to try to go for a little bit more sure thing and kick it.
Yeah, just overthrew him a little high, but at the end of the day, you have to live for another play. Hopefully you can make the field goal, at least get 3 points on the board.
Garrett Hoffman, the kicker. And our holder is Hudson Hibbert. Kick is up, and it's good. Just a chip shot field goal. And the Jaguars are on the board. Oh, yeah, it's a light show.
It's definitely a light show, as you can see.
It's a light show.
But on a drive like that, they made them score 6 points. but you didn't end the score. You didn't end that possession on nothing. You were also able to earn 3 points. So I guess that was a good drive, good possession there. They were able to get 3 more points on the board. So hopefully that was a spark to what we can see to what come in this next drive with the offense.
See, I would never bring my grandparents to a game with a light show because they would say, did somebody not pay the bill?
Yeah, this is new age, new generation. They have light shows, LED lights. Man, they have everything for these new high school football games. Sometimes you may think it's a college atmosphere. They've added so much things to the high school football, and that's what makes high school football so great.
It does help. And for Coach Vakakis, he's looking at his device, all of this technology out there on the field, and he's looking at what could have been. So now his defense has got to step up and see if they can give him the ball back. As now they'll kick it off. There's Garrett Hoffman.
You were talking about Coach using the technology down on the iPad. That's one of the big additions to high school. I think it's very, very beneficial. You can see what happened. You can see what went wrong in that possession. So I think it's very beneficial.
But see, the days of the coach breaking the chalkboard, those days are over.
Yeah, they're behind us.
Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union kickoff.
Oh.
It's a squib kick, and the up back is able to fall on it. So they did not catch the Bucks off guard. It'll be a first down in pretty good field position for Hoover.
Looks like they tried to catch him off guard, but Hoover was prepared, and they really have great field position. So excited to see what coach and his staff will draw up for this next offensive possession. Maybe they can score a touchdown. Who knows?
And so far for Caleb Freeman, almost a perfect evening. 9 of 10, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, as long as 26 yards. He's thrown one to Jeremiah Tabb and to Winston.
Simple. It looked like Caleb Freeman came to play tonight.
2 minutes, 24 seconds. They're going to move Jefferson in motion. Give to Jefferson, and Jefferson is immediately hit by Kenneth Madden, and he's brought down. Let's take a look at our Fortis Institute scoring drive. This is a long drive, 12 plays, 77 yards, ate up 5 minutes, 4 seconds, and you end up with 3.
Yeah, that's a very long drive. I mean, 12 plays, you want to at least score a touchdown off that many plays, but nevertheless, you still have to live for another possession.
Quick pass, reception made, and Jonah Winston once again the recipient of the pass from Freeman.
Yeah, Winston is all over this offense. There's one of their playmakers, one of their dynamic, explosive playmakers, and they continue to look to go to him.
4 wide receiver set. Offensive line comes up and says, check with me. You see the coach trying to make all the signs. Here comes Freeman. Getting a lot of pressure. Nice long pass. And incomplete. Trying to find Hunter Purdue, but just could not connect with it.
Although Freeman was getting pressure in that pocket, he was very patient. You can see him, he was sliding up in the pocket. That's what a good quarterback does. They don't panic. They don't try to go outside the pocket. When you have good protection, you slide up in the pocket and you'll be able to make a great play. It could have been a great play, but he overthrew the receiver.
Now for the defense, that's a victory because they didn't eat up a lot of clock. And now Grant Morrison is going to try to punt the Jaguars into a coffin. And timeout has been called by Coach English. And they had a man missing. That's what he says. Who's missing?
Coach English is frustrated over there. But that's what you see in a coach like that. You don't want to burn those timeouts. You want to save those for when you really need them. You don't want to have those type of timeouts.
But it is the first half. So if you want to make those mistakes, you want to make those in the first half.
Yeah, right now. Especially, I mean, time. So you have very good time to make those corrections right there.
And it's another Jefferson County Department of Health timeout. And this timeout brought to you by the Jefferson County Department of Health. Do you know how to recognize an overdose? Learn how you can save a life. Make sure you download that free OPI Rescue AL app on the App Store or the Google Play. That's OPI Rescue AL. And there's the Hoover Band. And, you know, there's a battle of bands between Spain Park and Hoover. Both are outstanding bands. And they most likely are going to be battling for bragging rights. Punting situation now for the Buccaneers. Morrison, the punter, back at his own 35. No pressure from Spain Park. A nice high kick, fair catch called. Catch made right at about the 15-yard line. Now we'll see if Bradley can work his two-minute offense. And the fan favorite, it's time now for the Children's of Alabama Hospital Smile Cam. Children's of Alabama, all for your one. And I would think a lot of the young people here were born at Children's of Alabama.
Yeah. Children's is a very great hospital.
There you go. See, she's smiling. She's like,
but no, the camera was on her.
right. Bradley looking to throw, now getting some pressure. Sky throw. I mean, it was a nice touch, but just couldn't connect to Mason McClure.
Yeah. Those are the type of plays you don't want to see. I mean, he had all day. He had all the time in the world back there. But when you have that type of amount of time, you want to at least make the plays you want.
Stay tuned for the Avadian Credit Union halftime report. We'll have participating school administrator interviews, highlights, and we may have some highlights from across the nation. No matter your financial need, Avadian is here to help make it happen. And looks like we've got a player down for Hoover. And I think once again, maybe cramps.
Another cramp.
And can I say it again? Pickle juice, pickle juice, pickle juice. That'll be a movie coming near you. Justin Hartley is the player that's down. And we've had some nice plays tonight, and a couple of them I think may be worthy of a Whataburger play of the game. And let's take a look at this one from Hoover.
Yes, on the last possession right here, he was very patient. He saw Jonah Winston over there in the end zone, threw it to him for an explosive touchdown. And this young man has been making those type of plays all night. He's been very patient. He might not have the ball thrown to every possession, but when he has the ball in his hands, he's been making plays all night long.
And that's our Whataburger What a Play nominee. And remember, at the end of the game, we'll have our Whataburger What a Play of the game. Just like you like it, Whataburger. Bradley now getting some pressure on the backside. He's going to have to get rid of it. He gets hit and throws it out of bounds.
Bradley has taken some huge hits tonight, James. I mean, I don't know if he can't feel the pressure, but as you can see right here, he's rolling out in the pocket, started rolling to his left. They're on him. They're very on him. And then he threw the ball just enough time and still took a hard hit at the end of that play. I mean, he's probably going to feel those hits in the morning or probably at the end of the game, James.
I would think so. And that was Tyson Bacon who was applying the bacon on him. I would say the leather, but that would be pig leather if your last name's Bacon. Okay, we'll go back to that. All right, Bradley now is going to keep it with less than a minute to play. And here comes Bradley. He slides, gets enough for another Salvatore's first down.
Good baseball slide. He looked like he wanted to throw it downfield, didn't see nothing. So he took off and got some positive yards. Very explosive play. Was enough for a first down for the Sparkman.
Ball at the 34-yard line. Quick pass out. Makes the reception and keeps moving the chains is Kina Rigo. And Rigo able to get the Salvatore's first down.
Another explosive play.
And now that offense is starting to find their rhythm.
Yes, I think it's important right here because although it's going to be halftime, maybe you can come out of the half and you can be very explosive. You go in for halftime, make those adjustments, you see what's working, and then after that, you come out on the field, you execute in the next half.
Time now for our ACT Equipment Coach Call. Remember, ACT Equipment is a full line of retail and service location, handheld mowers and other products, TYM Branson subcompacts through 130 horsepower tractors, Gatorade trailers, and multiple equipment implement companies. In addition to retail service of all of the above brands, we also trade and sell used riding lawnmowers, tractors, and compact equipment. So what is the call here for Coach Fakakis on our ACT equipment coach call?
I think Coach might try to find a deep ball pass, or he even might try to get some screens, or you might want to hit the middle of the field. But whatever it is, you want to be explosive and try to get some momentum on this final possession, or see if you can score a touchdown here on this final drive.
Ball at the 35. Check that 45. Here comes Bradley. Quick throw and gets over the arms, extended arms of Jordan Williams, and Williams is cramped up now. Oh,
yes, Jordan
yeah.
Williams almost had a good key
yeah.
interception right there, but as you can tell, another cramp. I think, as you see, almost had it right there. I think he came down with a cramp, James.
No, I think when he went up, he felt something in that calf. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the trainer stretching him, trying to get him right.
And we want to thank King Boys Towing and Recovery for all that they do to help Friday Night Rivals. They make sure that all the heavy equipment that is used for our broadcast gets to and fro every location all year long. And as I've said, every year this is the best photo of towing and recovery men in the world. Look at those young men. They just straight out, they
ready for that phone call, man.
Don't you want those guys to come and tow and recover your vehicle?
Take care of you.
King Boys. And unfortunately, bathing in pickle juice may not stop the cramps. But if you drink it a little bit, that may help.
Yeah, you might want to get a young man to that sideline and get some pickle juice. I'm a fan of pickle juice when I was in high school, and I think it worked. A lot of my teammates drank it as well. It worked for us, so I think they probably had a little bit on the sideline, James.
Well, now they even sell it, just pickle juice by itself, which I'm like, why didn't I think of that 20 years ago? There was pickle juice everywhere. I could have just bottled it. But back then, somebody would have thought I was insane. What are you doing? Who's going to buy pickle juice? Now there's all kind of drinks.
Yeah, they really are.
With pickle juice. And, oh, yes, he's
feeling that cramp, man.
Yes. Whew. He's like, Coach, help me.
Get me to the sideline. Somebody please help me.
Oh, help me. Oh,
that has to be a pretty bad cramp.
Well, you know what? From a scientific standpoint, you've got to hydrate 24 to 48 hours before you get into a game like this. So you're supposed to be drinking as much as you expect to lose for days, not necessarily the day of. Day of is too late.
Right, yeah, hydration, like you said, you want to start that, at least starting to hydrate on that Wednesday. You want to get as many fluids as you can. You want to get all the salt in you. And because games like this, you don't want to cramp up in big games like this, and you want to still be able to perform with your teammates. But hopefully he can get back on the field once he get that mean cramp out. And maybe they got some pickle juice over there, James. That can help maybe alleviate that pain and pressure.
Powerade, all those other things, Gatorade, all those things, electrolytes are good. But sometimes you got to go grassroots.
You do.
Or straight out the
to
root
the
and the vinegar. All right, second down from the 45. 31 seconds left here in the half. Bradley now looking downfield. Oh, my goodness, he gets just shellacked. The ball is loose, and thank goodness that his lineman, Hudson Reed, was able to fall on the ball. But Bradley he just got smacked.
That is another powerful hit. He's being patient. He's trying to make plays, but at some point you have to get down and just get the ball out. It's another big, powerful hit right there.
And that was Justin Hartley again. I think he's been watching Micah Parsons videos all night long, and he obviously is a Cowboy fan or Packer fan.
Yeah.
Happy or sad, either one. But he is bringing the leather tonight.
This young man's all over the field making explosive defensive plays, and, man, this young man's taking some powerful hits.
And that is the horn for halftime. Make sure you stay tuned for the Avadian Credit Union halftime show. And we're going to see if Austin Pratt can get to Coach English. 14-3 is your score. And when we go to break, we'll come back and we'll start the Avadian Credit Union halftime show. But it's been an outstanding first half for Hoover. They basically come out here and sent a message offensively and defensively.
Yes, Hoover is making a statement. They're making some very offensive plays, explosive plays, and on defense, they're trying to set the tone for what they want for the rest of the year. The defense is being patient. They're seeing what they have to make on the defensive side, and they're just making plays, very powerful, dynamic plays on the defensive side.
And for Spain Park, what adjustments do you think they need to make in order to make this a better game in the second half?
Well, I think Spain Park really has to get to the drawing board and see what may work for them. Some swing out passes are working for them. They're running some inside zones. Those things are working for them. But at this point in the game, in the half, you don't want to overcomplicate anything, but you want to find something that works for you and your team, something that your quarterback can execute at 100%.
No doubt about it. 14-3 is your score here on the campus of Spain Park High School at Jaguar Stadium at Bob Finley Field. And let's go down to Austin Pratt. Austin?
Coach, heading into the second half here, what are you saying to the guys? 2-possession game, rivalry game.
Well, we just got to clean it up a little bit. We're playing hard. We're playing fast. Defense is having some big plays. We got to stop them on third down and get off the field. And offensively, clean some stuff up and put ourselves in some manageable situations on third down.
Yeah, before the game, you talked about how good of an opponent Spain Park is, how it's important to do the little things, all things right. How do you feel that's been going at this point?
Well, we got to, defensive ends, they're rushing the passer, but they got to wrong arm that and get under the kick. They've gashed us a couple times on some gap schemes. We just got to make sure we're cleaning it up. Our guys, it don't matter who we play, but we want to beat these guys pretty bad, and I got a feeling it's going to be a good one today.
And momentum huge in a game like this. Do you feel like it's on your side, and what are you telling the guys?
It's a little bit back and forth. After Brock's a playmaker, so when he has a big play like that, we got to recover. And I think our offense has done a great job of that for the most part. And like I said, defense, we just got to keep hitting them and make them feel uncomfortable.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much, Coach. Thank you so very much, Austin. We come back, we'll have the Avadian Credit Union and also a special interview with Children's Hospital of Alabama. It has been all Hoover Bucks so far tonight. 14-3 is your score. Stay tuned.
You're watching the Avadian Credit Union Halftime Report. No matter your financial need, Avadian is here to help make it happen.
We're talking about distracted driving with Leslie Brown of the Health Education and Safety Center here at Children's of Alabama. So Leslie, I know people talk about cell phones as being a big distraction for teen drivers, but there are many others as well, right?
That's right. So cell phones are definitely a big distractor, not just for teen drivers, but for adults as well. But one thing that parents of new drivers may not realize is that the number of friends, the number of passengers that new driver adds to their vehicle is also a huge distraction. So obviously it's very convenient when our kids get that independence. They can go out and drive themselves to school, they can drive themselves to work, they can go to concerts, to church, all the things. But what we want to do as parents to kind of protect them in a way of making sure that we are decreasing their risk is not allowing them to pick up all their friends on the way. Adding one passenger or friend to the vehicle doubles their chances of being in a car crash. 2 to 3 extra friends triples and on the more passengers that you add to that vehicle.
So that's obviously one thing that parents want to talk to their teens about before they start driving.
Right.
How do they approach that conversation? What's the best way to do it?
Well, I think it's always good to start young. Start with our young teens, and parents talk to them about being a safe passenger, making sure that they're not distracting the driver with turning up the radio or showing them things on their cell phone, but to be watching for driving hazards around them. And also, it should be a non-negotiable. Every person in the vehicle should have on their seatbelt. The driver, every passenger, no matter where you're seated in the vehicle. Then as they progress on to getting their driver's permit, caregivers and parents need to make sure that we are driving with them and practicing with them in all kinds of weather conditions, night and day, rural roads, interstates, all those things, so they can practice with an experienced driver before they get on the road by themselves. And then right before they get their driver's license, they need to be making themselves familiar with the graduated driver's license law. The graduated driver's license program was created for families so that they can have that foundation of things that allow their new driver to practice and drive safely on the roads with decreased risk and distractions as they are new drivers. And of course, every family needs to add the non-negotiables to that are important to their household.
A lot of precautions for teen drivers to take to make sure they're staying safe on Alabama's highways. For more information, go to childrensal.org.
Hey guys, I'm here with Dr. Christy Sayers, the principal of Hoover High School. Now, Dr. Sayers, tell me a little bit about Hoover's school spirit at this game and many others we'll see through the season.
Absolutely. Well, Hoover High School is filled with spirit. That's top down. Faculty, staff, community members, students. And what I can say is that our student section is probably the best in the state of Alabama. They come out to support all athletics, but particularly football, and we're just happy to play tonight.
Yeah, and with all that school spirit, are there any particular traditions that the student, the school, the staff kind of pass on and do every year?
Absolutely. We have our typical dress-up days, but we also had our first pep rally today, which was phenomenal. You know, when you put 2,900 students in an auditorium and you're cheering for one team and one dream, then that's an exciting day. And that's kind of how we began today, and it permeated throughout the building, and we're just glad to be here tonight.
Yeah, I know the school year just kicked off. You know, what's your favorite memory or something that might have just made you smile walking through the halls this year?
Well, absolutely. Well, I have, this is my first year at Hoover, so I'm smiling every day. And really the collaboration among the students and the fact that they are there to support one another and just seeing that Buck Nation spirit is something that I enjoy every day.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate you taking the time. Friday Night Rivals will be right back after this short break.
You're watching the Avadian Credit Union Halftime Report. No matter your financial need, Avadian is here to help make it happen.
I'm here with Dr. Amanda Esslinger, that is the Spain Park principal. And Amanda, I know this is a big game, a big night for your students. Tell me a little bit about what this game means for them.
So this game is an amazing opportunity for our community to come together, not only the Spain Park community, but the Hoover community as well, just to highlight the amazing things going on in our city. And for our kids, you know, it's a fierce rivalry, but they're also friends at the same time. So it's very fun. I was just watching our drum majors and Hoover's drum majors, like, playing a little game right before they went on the field, which I think is super fun.
Yeah, and I noticed looking over into the stands, there's so many signs, costumes, people. There's so much energy there today. Where's all that come from?
Oh, gosh. I have to say that it comes from everywhere. It comes from our band director. It comes from our football coach, our cheerleading sponsor, every teacher in the building and every parent. We're just happy and proud. I usually describe myself as the proud principal of Spain Park. And looking up at the stands and seeing them full tonight and seeing the, jag walk with all the people, it made me feel just amazing because our kids are awesome, and I love seeing all of these people out here to cheer and support them.
Yeah, and I know the school year just kicked off, but, you know, we're in football season right now. Certainly there's so many more athletic opportunities coming forward in other events. What are some things that you're really looking forward to this year?
If I'm being honest, when people ask me my favorite part of the job and really what I'm looking forward to, it's everything. It's being with the kids when they, take tests and come out of the classroom and feel like they've been prepared. It's, watching them get ready for a game or, cheer on other teams. I think a special moment that happened this summer is during band practice. Coach Vakakis, our football coach, went out to band practice and hung out with the band kids during practice. Our cheerleaders took the band popsicles, just lots of things of kids coming together and just seeing them grow and learn and find their success and so that they can be ready after Spain Park.
Yeah, well, that's certainly awesome to hear, and Amanda, we really appreciate you letting us come over tonight for the game, but that's all we have on the field right now. Friday Night Rivals will be back again for the second half after this short break.
Air. Closed captioning is brought to you by 1 Hour Heating and Air. Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Drummond Company, Tamron Hyundai, Avadian Credit Union, 1 Hour Heating and Air, Salvatore's Pizza and Pasta, Shops of Grand River, Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, People's Bank of Alabama, Window World, City of Bessemer, Fortis Institute, the Jefferson County Department of Health, Children's of Alabama, Act Equipment, Whataburger, NHTSA, Crown Trophy.
In one half of football, we've seen the Buccaneers most likely play their most efficient offensive output that we've seen in a long time from the team from Hoover, as the Spain Park Jaguars are in the locker room trying to figure out a way to work out of a 14-3 deficit. James read along with R.J. Burns. And R.J., what we saw from Hoover is an example of when talent meets coaching, the outcome can be positive.
Yes, Hoover has been very explosive on the passing plays, on the running plays. But the thing I like about Hoover is they're doing what they're coached to do. They're making big plays. They're being very explosive and not trying to do nothing that they're not coached to do or that something that's not going to work. They're playing good, sound football. Offensive line's being physical. Defense is playing really well. They're making some great plays just overall.
Let's take a look at the highlights, and this was a situation in the first half. We thought it was going to be a grudge match, and they go with the flea flicker, and the flea flicker's misdirection was really open up the offense.
Yes, the flea flicker was a good play to run on an offensive possession right there. And you also saw the touchdown right there as well. So they've been very explosive on their plays, and I hope to see more of that in the second half as well.
Jeremiah Tabb got the first touchdown, but Caleb Freeman wasn't done there. He finds Jonah Winston in the corner of the end zone for the second score, and then Bradley, he gets hit big, but able to find a way to get close. They kick a chip shot field goal, and it's 14-3. That's where we find ourselves. But as we take a look at the stats, the efficiency of Caleb Freeman can't be understated, because this young man has come out and as a junior really pitched the gym. As you take a look at our halftime stats.
Yes, Caleb Freeman is doing some good things. I mean, he has 122 passing yards. He has, I mean, look at this time of possession, 10 minutes. You also have 47 rushing yards. So Caleb Freeman is doing some great things. He's being coached very well, and he's not making the moment too big. And that's what you want in a junior quarterback. Just do what you can do, and everything else will fall in place.
And remember, at the post game, we will have the NHTSA stop of the game. It's the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. Always stop for a school bus. And that will be our stop of the game. We've already had some pretty good stops, pretty good hits. But remember, that school bus stop of the game will be coming at the end. We've already had some nominees. And the defense for Hoover really has wanted to send a message early.
Yes, the defense, I mean, they're playing lights out. They're being very physical. They're being very sound up front. They're using their hands. They're being patient, and they're trying to find where the ball is at. And once they can find the ball, Bradley has already taken some powerful hits, man.
Do you think that those hits will resonate in the second half, where Bradley will start to hear those footsteps?
Yes, I think that's something they also adjusted in the locker room. So I think that will be a very good key thing on the field. I think they're telling him to hurry, get the ball out as soon as you can.
Let's go down to the field where Austin Pratt has the coach for Spain Park. Austin?
Thanks, guys. Coach, down 2 possessions here in a rivalry game. This is a big-time moment to respond. What'd you say to the guys in the locker room? What's the game plan moving forward?
Well, 48 minutes. Game's not 24, so we got to, we get in the red zone, we got to score. We got to get points against a team like that, because they're dangerous to take it 80 any play. So we got to keep swinging. The game's 48 minutes, not 24.
We've seen flashes of greatness on the field tonight. What's missing to elevate you guys to that next level on the field right now?
We got to be consistent. We have some good plays, and then we kind of drop the ball a little bit and go backwards. So, that when you're playing against a good team, you got to take advantage of every opportunity. We got to do that this half.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Coach Vakakis. Thanks, Austin. When we come back, we'll see if the Jaguars can claw their way back into this game, as the Buccaneers have sabered their way to a 14-3 halftime lead. Stay tuned. Drummond Company Friday Night Rivals presented by Tamron Hyundai Hoover. The battle for the city of Hoover as the Buccaneers looking for revenge after the upset loss at the Hoover Met last year to Spain Park. And right now, they're 2 quarters away from doing that. They're up 14-3. James Verrett along with R.J. Burns, Austin Pratt roaming the sidelines. And for Chip English and his bunch, they'll get the ball back. They deferred on the Shops at Grand River coin toss. So now if you Chip, do you stay aggressive offensively to start the game?
Yes, if I'm Chip, I stay aggressive, and I want to keep making explosive plays, and I want to just keep getting better and improving. That's what it's all about in these early games. I want to see what I can do. I want to see what's available, and I just want to keep making my team get better and better. And don't let up.
And for Coach Vakakis, the huge adjustments as the lights start to flicker here with the light show. How can he put a light show on offensively and defensively to get back in this one?
Offensively, Coach needs to find something that works for him and his team. Find something that Brock Bradley and his quarterback is comfortable with. Try to get the receivers the ball in open plays. But for defensively, you want to just continue to just make negative plays and be patient and take what is given to you and see what you can do.
And it is our Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union kickoff. And remember, Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union is where you belong. They're committed to providing personalized financial solutions to help you achieve your goals. Go to CoosaPinesFCU.org today. And here comes Caleb Freeman, who has been doing a very good job finding the open man and turning something small into positive points for his team.
Yeah, it's been very explosive, very patient. I want to see what he's going to bring in his first possession of the opening drive right here.
From the 35, they're going to keep it on the ground and give it to Jefferson. Jefferson gets to the line of scrimmage, may have gotten one more. Keelan Jefferson. And they are doing something actually unique offensively. They have a number of guys that are not necessarily listed as wide receivers or running backs. They just got letters, H, X, Y, Z, F. We know X, Y, Z normally for wide receivers. When you got an H and an F, you don't know what they are. And in this offense, they can do a little bit of everything.
Yes, they're very versatile.
Freeman finds a receiver in Winston. Winston double backed, and this time he's going to pay the price for that. Tackle for a loss by Joe Cross.
Yes, Joe Cross was very patient. Yeah, Freeman tried to get away, tried to do a little spin move, but as you can see, the defender's right there to make the tackle.
Defense stepping up big, making a play. That's what Coach Vakakis wanted to see. 3rd and long. Freeman with time. Now he's getting some pressure. He eludes one defender. Can't elude the next 2 and 3. And that is a group sack there led by Zion McClain.
Very good sack right there. Was patient. He knew the quarterback wanted to go. His eyes were in the right spot. And once he got him right there, a host of Sparkmen came back there and helped him wrap the quarterback up in the backfield. And that's what you want to see on an opening defensive drive like what just took place.
Punting situation. Morrison back at his own 5. Spain Park has not sent pressure all evening, and once again, they do not send any pressure. This is a booming punt. This may be one of the longest punts of the year in the state of Alabama. It's going to take a roll down at the 10. Wow. What a punt.
Very great punt.
Grant Morrison.
Nice roll, got a few yards down there. They had a very great opening defensive drive. Now we can see if they can get something going on offense. That's what you want to see right here for the Spark.
That may have been a 80-yard punt. Wow. What a punt. And that's what you want to see from your punter. Try to put the other team's offense in a bad situation. And right now, starting from their own 10, Brock Bradley has got his work cut out for him. Pump fake, and this time he's going to have to throw it out of bounds because he couldn't find anybody.
Did a great job of just throwing it away. Didn't lose any yards, didn't take a sack, didn't even get a lot of negative yards, just threw it away. That's what you want to see in a great quarterback, and live for another down.
2nd down and 10. Pitch out to McKissick, and here comes McKissick. He gets enough for a Salvatore's 1st down, and this guy can come out of the backfield like something shot out of a slingshot.
Man, McKissick is not scared to run down here. You see right here, he's very patient. Once he finds that crease in that hole, he's taking off. He got about 15 yards right there, but either way, it was enough for a 1st down, and you want to continue to see these explosive plays.
From the 35, McKissick again. And this time McKissick can't go anywhere fast. Good stop there by Jordan Williams, the nose tackle, making a big play.
Yeah, big Jordan Williams was all over that, was very athletic, very patient. But once he got his hands on him, he saw the tackle, and he took advantage of it and made the great tackle for another defensive great stop.
So that's
Hoover.
what you used to do in school, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. 2nd down and 11. Bradley with time, going to throw it long, has a receiver, 2 defenders there, and there'll be a flag. Yes. Yes, Keenan Rigo was right there, but man, it will have to take the brunt of that one. Caden Smith will be penalized, but hey, it's only 15 yards.
Yes, only 15 yards, but hey, you can do a lot with 15 yards. They're going to gain 15 yards, so anytime that's a positive for the offense, hopefully they got great field position, so hopefully they can continue to be explosive, and maybe they can find their way in the end zone right here. As you can see right here, defender kind of grabbing him right there. Yeah, grab him on the hips, grab him on the waist. They're going to throw that flag every single time, so you have to be careful.
So now, 1st down from the 40. Another Salvatore's 1st down. J.D. Thompson keeping it on the ground, and he is wrapped up and brought down. Good tackle made there by Javon Pulliam.
Yes, Javon Pulliam was right there on it. He was on the hip of the guard, so once he seen the running back where he was going, he was all on it. And way to have your eyes in the backfield, but also to know where the ball's going and meet the running back right there.
Second down, keeping it on the ground, and able to get a few yards on the carry.
Little inside zone there. Took the handoff from Brock Bradley, the quarterback.
And that was Jamon Knight making the play along with Rakavian Goldsmith. 3rd down. Need to convert to keep this drive alive. McKissick, the only back in the backfield with Bradley. Give to McKissick. He finds a hole, but it's quickly shut down by Javon Pulliam.
McKissick, he's not afraid to take the handoff. Once he takes the handoff, he may not get a lot of yards, but he's going to get enough for the 1st down. Got maybe 3 or 4 yards, and from then he made something happen. You just want to keep seeing this offense game, 1st downs, positive yards, and maybe something will click right here in this drive.
Another Salvatore's 1st down, and McKissick sometimes is not necessarily as pretty, but he's getting the 3 and 4 yard gains. And here comes another one by McKissick. Breaks a tackle, falls forward down to the 38. Another gain there, and another tackle by Trey Sanders.
Well, that's all you need sometimes, just 3 or 4 yards. You don't have to have always 13 and 14, but once you keep getting 3 and 4 yards, you can see right here, he's very patient. He's ready to take the ball, so he's very patient right here. Got enough to bounce out to get a few positive yards.
Timeout on the field. And looks like we got a conversation going between the officials. Coach English is just trying to find out exactly what they're saying along with Coach Vakakis. And I think Coach English may have alerted them of something. And Coach Vakakis is like, well, what did he say?
Look like they're still trying to see what's going on.
All right, so now it looks like they're going to bring the chains back. And it looks like it may be second down and short. Good call there by Coach English. He's saying that it may have been short of a first down. And there we go.
Look like it's about second in inches, right?
And now Coach Vakakis is like, wait a minute, y'all gave me a first down. Wait a minute, what you doing? You gave me the first down.
I just need some clarity, man. What's going on? Just need about 1.5 yards right here on this drive. Maybe see what they can get.
So rather than first down, it's second down and 1. McKissick in at running back. They're going to give it to him on a short pitch. Now he gets the first down and a little bit more. Jordan Williams right there to bring him down. Another stop for 2. First.
Enough positive yards for a first down, and they're just getting positive yards. That's what I wanted to see on this opening drive. Not nothing too fancy, not something explosive, but something that worked for this offense right here.
McKissick again, he finds a hole, able to break the line of scrimmage before a host of white shirts there, led by Javon Pulliam, there to bring him down, along with others.
Yeah, right now, this offensive line is being very physical. And McKissick, all he has to do is keep running behind this offensive line, and great things will keep happening. Big physical offensive line group.
Bradley getting some pressure, loses the football, the ball is loose. And once again, the offensive front able to fall on top of it. Coach, the drills work. The drills work.
It's the second time his offensive lineman to help save them, man, because he's taking some look at this right here, explosive hit, and you got to hold on to the ball right here. Defensive line was all over that, and they were able to recover the football.
Nick Hendricks was right there, big number 64, but the man applying the pressure, Tyson Bacon, he's applying that pig leather, 5:50 left to play, timeout. Can the Bucks once again hold defensively? Stay tuned. Number 44, Tyson Bacon, 6'4", 267 senior. You know, most people don't say pig leather, but I think he's given Bacon a good name tonight because he's applying the pig
pressure.
leather.
Look at him. You see it right there.
Big play right there, forcing a fourth down situation as Javon Pulliam makes the tackle. And Bradley has been agitated and beat up all night by the Bucks defense. And now it's another ACT equipment coach call. And if you're Coach Vakakis, if you're in his shoes, what do you do right now on fourth down? Do you punt it or do you try to go for it?
I think right here you just go on and punt it. I mean, and you have another possession coming up, so just go on and punt it and see what you can do on your next offensive possession.
4th and 13. Van Pelt to punt. He's had a busy night tonight. This is a sidewinder that goes out of bounds, and they'll say it went out. Ooh, wait a minute. At the right at the 19-yard line. Okay. Saw that other guy backtracking. I'm like, wait a minute, when did it go out of bounds?
Right.
So now for Caleb Freeman, he has had an outstanding night tonight. So far, 11 of 13, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's only been sacked once. And he's a quarter and a half away from getting sweet revenge on the arch rival here in the city of Hoover. Going to keep it on the ground, and here comes the little man, Paxton Weathersby, another Salvatore's first down. They weren't game planning for this young man, and he is a water bug out there. They can't really find him because he's only 5'6", 145, just a sophomore.
They might can't find him, but they definitely can feel him on these good offensive possession plays.
Freeman's going to keep it, and this time he has to pay the price. Good open field tackle by the defense, and that's TK Slaughter making another tackle for a loss.
Yeah, TK Slaughter was all over that. He was patient, read that read right there, and once he knew where the quarterback was going, good open field tackle, way to form up, and way to make a negative play right there for the defense.
Defense is going to have to hold up strong so this lead won't increase from Hoover. 2nd and long. Give again to Weathersby, and he gets all the negative yards back, gets back to the original line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd down. And this young man is one of those future pieces for the Bucks. Just a sophomore, not that big, but he is not afraid to run in between those tackles.
He's definitely not. Once he's showing his opportunity, he's taking advantage of every drive he's getting, and so far, he hasn't proven us wrong. I mean, he's young, but he's not showing the football field. He's not being afraid or nervous.
Taking a breather, Keelan Jefferson coming in, but they're going to split out Winston. And Jefferson gets the ball. And got close to a 1st down.
Looks like right there on the screen.
So now it's a 4th down situation. Punting situation now, Grant Morrison. Both punters have a busy night tonight. Fair catch call, and catch made right at about the 25. So now, once again, Spain Park's offense will have an opportunity to try to cut into this lead. But so far, it's been the defense of Hoover who has agitated Brock Bradley a lot.
I think if you want to cut into the lead, this is a perfect time right here. Find you something that works for you. It can be like short passes, short runs. It don't have to be nothing fancy, but once you find something that works for you, I think you can be very successful. And hopefully they can put a drive right here away. They can find 6 points in this offensive drive right here.
McKissick in and running back in the backfield along with Bradley. Got a 3 wide receiver set now. Gonna go with a flea flicker right here to JT Thompson, but he is fouled out and brought down for a loss. Wow, what a play. The defense stepped up big exactly when they needed it the most, and now they've got them really behind the chains.
They were all over that play right there. Boom, right, caught him in the backfield, didn't go nowhere, and they were all over that.
And that was Caleb Cook who made the initial hit, along with Jordan Williams right there. And I think Caleb Cook must have heard me. He got his pickle juice in him. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go.
Bradley can't find anybody. Finds his safety valve in McKissick, but McKissick can't bring it in. Oh, no.
Those are the type of plays you had to take advantage of. I mean, no one was pressuring you. You had a check down. McKissick right there in the backfield. You have to be able to catch that pass out of the backfield if you want to get an explosive drive going. Here, what they need.
And looks And it's another Jefferson County Department of Health timeout. And we come back, we'll see if Spain Park can get their offense going. They trail 14-3. Friday night rivals, Drummond Company. Stay tuned. And once again, it's time now for our Children's of Alabama Smile Camp. Children's of Alabama, all for your one. And that's the Spain Park student section. They've got the island theme going with the nice flowered shorts. I could name some shorts back when I was say, but if I say that, you would really think I'm old then. All right, and that's another pass play. You know nothing about jams.
No,
okay.
I definitely know nothing about jams.
That was before you were born. That's okay.
Did you rock those?
No. I did have one pair. They were just so high for just regular pair of shorts. Joe Johnson right there, big Joe Johnson, 6'2", 270, like a tree stump. And once again, the Hoover Buck defense holds, and it's another punting situation for Zach Van Pelt.
Hoover's trying to.
And looks like Chip English is upset because they did not have the right personnel out there. And they're trying to get the right personnel out there. Another Jefferson County Department of Health timeout. And remember, you too can recognize an overdose, learn how you can save a life. Download the free Oppie Rescue AL app on your Apple app device or Google Play Store. That's Oppie Rescue AL, Jefferson County Department of Health. And remember, at the end of the game, we're going to have a school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. And it is the law that requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when that stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Remember NHTSA. We'll have our stop of the game. You know, they still got some people that's like, oh, I'm supposed to stop when that comes out. Yes.
Yes, you definitely have to stop unless you want a big fat ticket.
Trying to keep the kids safe. 4th down, Van Pelt to punt. And that one looked like it could have been tipped. It's returnable, and they are on the return. Finding some room to run and got a lot of room, and could they make it into the end zone? But there's a flag, and that's Hunter Purdue into the end zone for an apparent City of Bessemer touchdown, but there is a flag.
Very explosive punt return, but like you said, there are multiple flags on the field, so just wait to see what the officials will make call for this punt return.
Automatic first down. That's roughing. Automatic first down, roughing.
And let's see what the official call is. Roughing the kicker.
Derry right there. And Derry went momentum, and you just have to let the kicker go at that moment, but that's a very hard thing to do once you're going for it. So just have to be great judgment on that call right there.
Easy call for the referee because he didn't even leave his feet. He just ran straight through his leg.
You have to throw that flag.
Now, the yardage there is not enough to give them a first down, so it's still going to be 4th and 10. Was not anything malicious on the play, just trying to, block the kick, ran through it. So now they're going to move it, and now it will give them enough for the first down. And now it is a first down. So they're just trying to make sure they got it because it was 2 infractions. There was a block in the back and also roughing the kicker. They declined the block in the back, except the roughing the kicker gives them the first down.
Yes, right here, you want to find something that's going to give you a spark right here. So hopefully they can get a drive going right here. Maybe they can run downhill, some quick passes out, or they just have to find something that will work for them offensively in this drive after the 15-yard penalty.
McClure goes in motion. McKissick is hit immediately and brought down. Jamarian White able to make the play, playing that defensive tackle position. He's 6'2", 268.
Yes, Jamarian White was all over there. I mean, great size, great hands, very patient. He saw the ball, got off the blocker, and he took McKissick down to the ground. A very great tackle for a big guy.
And he's big if you call him a big guy, because you're a big guy. Quick out to Rago, and Rago able to get some positive yards to set up a manageable 3rd down. Third down. So now Coach Vakakis and company, this is less than 10 seconds to play. That looks like they're going to let the clock run out. And they're going to go to the 4th quarter as we hit 0-0. And now it's 4th quarter time, but it's the Bucs defense that has been pitching a near shutout. Can they complete the job? We'll see. Stay tuned. Even though Spain Park and Hoover are in the same city, it's the Buccaneers. They think they're trying to send a message that it's their city. We'll find out. Starting the 4th quarter, Bradley going long, trying for a home run hit, and does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Great catch by Keto Rago into the red zone, and that's how you ignite a crowd to start the 4th quarter. And now they're in the Window World red zone.
This is the momentum you need. Quarterback was very patient right there in the pocket, reading the field. He sees what he has, and he makes a very explosive throw and a very explosive catch. And that's what you want to see in a very explosive offense. So hopefully they can find their 6 points right here in this drive, and way to start that drive off right there.
Huge gain there. Keeping it on the ground to McKissick. And he is wrapped up immediately and brought down at the line of scrimmage. Aquan Allen with the tackle.
Kissick took the handoff right there in the old school out formation. That's what you want to see on the goal line. You want to just line up and run the ball. Hopefully they can keep the momentum going right here.
2nd and goal. Ball at the 3.5-yard line. Movement across the front. They stop play. That'll move it half the distance. Looks like Joe Johnson may be the culprit. Coach English just doesn't want to see these unforced errors from his defense. They've been playing outstanding football. So now the ball is moved up to about the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal again. Pushing it is Bradley. He gets close to the goal line. Looks like he's short. Nobody's thrown up their arms yet. Nope. They're saying it's going to be 3rd down.
Still short. Hopefully they can push him right here in the end zone right here.
So now you've played in a goal line stance right here. If you're a defensive lineman, RJ, what do you try to do to push this offensive line back?
Right now you have to stay as low as you can get. All fours right here and try to get under the offensive lineman and try to knock them back in order to make the quarterback go back and get negative yards.
3rd and goal, push again. And this time it is into the end zone. Another City of Bessemer touchdown. First one of the night for Spain Park. And remember, City of Bessemer, see why they call it the Marvel City. They're growing with jobs, affordable housing, strong schools. Bessemer, Alabama, opportunity lives here. And that was the opportunity to score right there for Spain Park.
Really great play. Stayed patient. A good old quarterback sneak was able to get into the end zone for a touchdown. And this is what they've been needing all this drive. And that started off with a good explosive play that brought Bradley through to Ningo earlier. And that set them up for the touchdown right here that they needed.
Scored a touchdown, and the point after attempt is good. So now it's just a 4-point game here in the 4th quarter. Got to make plays when the opportunity is there to make a play. That's what Coach Vakakis said when we talked to him earlier.
Yes, sir, and that's the difference between great athletes. They make great plays when the moment presents itself. You don't freeze up, you don't shy away, but you take advantage of those plays, and that's exactly what they did right here. They took advantage they had, and they drove it in for a touchdown. Hopefully, we can see more positive drives like that in their next offensive possessions. But right now, they have to get some key stops on defense.
And you can see Coach Vakakis, he is getting pumped up. But now it's going to be up to his defense in order to step up against this Buck offense that has been lights out in the first half. 3rd quarter, they were shut out. Let's see what they can do here in the 4th quarter. And Brock Bradley and company trying to ignite this crowd. A packed house here at Jaguar Stadium at Bob Finley Field. Another Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union kickoff. And Hunter Purdue past midfield and pushed out of bounds by the kicker. Great run by Hunter Purdue.
So, yeah, this play right here in this pass set them up for that touchdown. You know, he was very patient, took what the defense gave him, and a very explosive play right here. That's what you want to see in the setup. And then you be patient right here, lines up in the I formation, just pushing it right in. Kind of reminded me of the Eagles tush push, but instead they did it better, and they just got it. They got 6 points for that open possession right there.
That's right. Tush push is still a thing. They tried to outlaw it, but they couldn't.
No, they couldn't.
Here comes Caleb Freeman and company. Going to keep it on the ground, J.R. Mosley. And the ball is loose! Loose football. Who has it? But they may say that he was down.
That would have been
they are saying that he was down.
Man, look at this play right here. He took the ball, got around the right corner, and he just went down right before that ball came out. But I tell you, if that play was live and he fumbled, that would have been a definitely key turnaround in this ball game.
3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7. And this time the defense is right there to wrap him up and bring him down.
Uh-oh. Little chirping out there. Them guys, they get.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to say hello.
This is what you see in a arch rival game, though. They start chirping when they get into it. So this is a good game, and both crowds are into it. Both teams are into it. So we have a game right here.
3rd down and 7. Weathersby in at running back. Trying to make a block. The young man cutting at a big play by TK Slaughter. The young sophomore running back couldn't make the block, and Freeman pays the price as Slaughter overpowers the younger back. Look right here on the block.
Slaughter was all over that. Get off me. Then he just comes around the backside. He just gets him down to the ground. And that's the type of defensive players you need in a game like this. Looks like Spain Park has created a spark that they needed not only on the offensive side, but also on the defensive side.
Punting situation again for Hoover. Grant Morrison back at his own 35. No rush by Spain Park. Fair catch called, and caught right at about the 19-yard line. Defense holds again for the Jaguars. So now we'll see if the offense can find their way. They finally got on the scoreboard here to start the 4th quarter. Could this be the quarter of the Jags?
They have plenty of time. You have 7 minutes left. I mean, all you need is another touchdown right here, and that'll set you up. I mean, be explosive, be patient, and takes what the defense gives you, and you can do just about what you want to right here on this drive.
J.D. Thompson, the back in the backfield with Brock Bradley. McClure in motion. Give it to Thompson. He has speed, and he uses that speed to get out beyond the 20. And that was Jamarian White and others right there on the tackle.
Was very patient. Once he saw that run lane, he took advantage of it, got downhill, got some positive yards, and set him up for another good drive right there.
How important is conditioning right now if you're Spain Park offense to keep a fast pace?
I think it's very important right here.
Give again to Thompson, and Thompson is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't get much else. And looks like we got a player down for Hoover, and looks like he's going to be able to jog off the field on his own. And once again, playing the star position, Jackson Lassiter, which most likely means Caleb Cook's got to come back, but there is a timeout. 7:03 left here in regulation. It's the Hoover Bucks up by 4, but Spain Park is knocking on the door. Stay tuned. Chip English's Buccaneer team had a 14-3 lead at half. Both teams were shut out in the third quarter, but the fourth quarter, Spain's Park offense used big plays and execution in the red zone to cut the lead of the Bucs to 4. Now it's third down. We'll see if the Buccaneers can shut the door again on this Jaguar offense. McClure goes in motion to the far side. Bradley now with time, going to throw long again, trying to see if he has somebody. This time it's intercepted. Wow, what a play by Caden Smith, and he's on the return. Caden Smith, the bandit back, and there's a flag, and the defense steps up big again for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I think they tried to make an explosive play right here, but Caden Smith, he read that play well. His eyes in the right spot. You hate to see that type, and you was having a good drive going. You hate to see that type of play right there in that drive.
There was a flag. Let's see what the flag is. But Caden Smith turns from defensive back into wide receiver on that play to make the catch and the return. And that may be a nominee for our NHTSA bus stop of the game.
Most definitely. He was very patient. The ball was in the air. He had the time to adjust to it. Once he caught it, he took off, started headed towards the end zone, but he was hawked down. But that was still a great defensive play on that drive right there.
Look at that bus. It's got rims on it. Wow.
Little style, huh?
Little style there for Friday Night Rivals.
After the kick on the return, with blocking the back, receiving team. After the play ended, we had a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct.
So it's double
team.
penalty
First down for
against Hoover. And let's take another look at the pass.
Take a look right here, and the ball was in the air for a while. He located it, turned around. Oh, he almost dropped it, but he was athletic enough, and he held on to the ball. He was taking off, and he got great blockers, was being very patient. And 17 was directing traffic, telling him where to go. All he had to do was follow him, and he did exactly that. Got some positive yards, and they eventually took him down. Man.
So now from their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Freeman, and incomplete. That was a low pass intended for Hunter Purdue.
Ball was coming pretty low there.
Second down and 10. So if you're Spain Park defense, you need to get a turnover now.
Oh, you need to get one as soon as you can, especially if you're thinking about taking this lead over. You have to get one like the next play. Defensive linemen got to be physical up front. Linebackers have to have good eye placement, and they got to know where the ball is at all time.
We have not called the name of J.D. Bonamy the entire game, and that's their all-everything linebacker. He's basically been shut out of this one, aided on some tackles, but they've really run away from him and not made him a factor in this game. And Jefferson doesn't get much, but now it's a third down. Coach Vakakis needs his defense to hold just 2 more downs.
Get a big stop right here for defense. Be smart, watch the ball. Everybody know where their assignment is at. Defensive linemen have to get in their passing lanes, rush lanes, try to put some pressure on this quarterback right here for third down.
Freeman with time, trying to go with the inside bubble. Jeremiah Tapp. Here he comes. Jeremiah Tapp. He gets enough for the first down. Another Salvatore's first down.
Yeah, Jeremiah Tapp, I mean, he's very patient. Got the ball, got a few yards, and he did what he's been doing all night. And like these other offensive guys, they've been making plays. That's what you really need.
And 5:42 left in the regulation. Coach English squad gets a key first down. Can they get another one? Another Jefferson County Department of Health timeout. Stay tuned. Coach English has not shown signs of celebration. But right now it's 1st and 10 from their 43-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground to Mosley. And Mosley's able to get some yards before he's eventually brought down.
Yeah, Mosley was trying to fight for more yards, kept his feet going, kept his feet active. Now he's tapping. I believe he needs a little breather. He's really tired right there.
No, it looked like he may be limping a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was very physical on that play. He kept his feet moving, refused to go down.
So now the young running back who has really electrified the crowd, Paxton Weathersby, is in at running back. Quick throw to Winston, Jonah Winston, and Jonah looks like he stretched forward enough for another Salvatore's first down, and they'll move the chains again.
Quick screen play, was very patient. He saw what the defense gave to him, got a few yards, very athletic, almost slipped and fall, but he didn't fall initially, but as he kept trying to get more yards, he finally failed. But obviously, it was enough for a first down, and that's what you want.
And remember, Salvatore's has 4 locations: Hoover, downtown, 280, and their new spot in Chelsea. Authentic Italian food. Here we come, New York style pizza. And Paxton Weathersby, he's doing his own version of what is it, Tiki Barber? Yeah. Little man that can run the ball.
And he's not afraid either. He's going to get his. That's what you want in a young guy. When your opportunity comes, you take advantage of what you've given. You don't be afraid, and you seize the moment. And that's exactly what this young man is doing. He's taking advantage of his opportunity.
Inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Tab goes in motion. They give it to Weathersby again, but this time he is wrapped up immediately by Nathan Bird and brought down. This defense is tired right now.
Yes, their defense is very tired. But the offense is trying to wear them out, trying to keep pounding it down their throat. But the defense is trying to find a way and stand up. It has a big physical defensive lineman. But when you're tired, that's when you have to be the strongest. You're mentally tired, you got to be strong. And right now they have to be very strong in this drive.
17 seconds left on the play clock. They're trying to get the play in, even though they go with a no huddle. And they're going to send Purdue all the way out on the far side. 2 backs in the backfield. They're going to send Winston out on a flare, giving it up the gut. And our first carry of the day for DJ Wallen. Less than 3 minutes to play. 3rd down. The junior quarterback trying to engineer an upset win, a revenge win against Spain Park. Freeman throws for the end zone. And yeah, we're going to have some laundry. Hunter Purdue was going up against Jalen Mosley. And looks like Purdue is going to get the benefit of the flag.
Yeah, as you can see right here, he looked patient, looked to the left. He knew he wanted to go to. He looked to the right. As you can see, he was getting held over there. And they're going to call that every single time. You don't need drive stoppers. That's a very big drive stopper right there because that's a 15-yard pass interference, and that's an automatic flag. That's what you don't need if you're trying to continue to get the momentum.
How hard is it to teach defensive backs, especially young defensive backs, to play the ball? Because if he played the ball, he could have had an interception.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult because at most times you're very anxious, you're very patient, but you're trying to get to that ball as well. So most defensive backs just have to know when to turn around and when to go for the ball.
Another Windows World red zone. Remember, they redefined durability, performance, and value, setting a new standard in how you live and work in Central Alabama. 1st and 10 for the Bucks. And there was movement. Oh, you can't keep a lineman down for that ball.
Like he's
and Dominic Anderson was like, I got to get up, man.
Right. Looked like he gave him a slap on the back of the helmet.
He said, I got to get up. That's what he said. I can't sit in this yoga stance for too long.
Right.
And check that. That was number 62, Joseph Cornelius. All right, here we go. 1st and 15 now. Still in the game, DJ Wallen, number 1. Winston goes in motion. They give it to Wallen. Here comes Wallen. Big hit. Able to get the negative yards back. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. They can get a 1st down without scoring. They need to get inside the 3 to get a 1st down.
Yeah, I think right now they're just trying to do what they can do and just try to continue to build momentum.
And you see Coach Vakakis, he's pleading his case. He's like, what's going on?
Coach is very upset, pointing at the referee. Look like he might try to walk out to the white hat.
No, I don't think he's going to go out that far. 2:20 left to play here in regulation. 4-point lead by the Bucs. They scored their touchdowns in the first half, and here in the second half, Coach Vakakis and the Jaguar defense has been able to pitch a shutout. And once again, it is time now for our Jefferson County Department of Health timeout. Do you know how to recognize an overdose? Learn how you can save a life. Download the free OPI Rescue AL app on your Apple App Store or Google Play Store. That's OPI Rescue AL. And it's also time for our Salvatore's Pizza Break. 4 convenient locations, brand new location in Chelsea. Mention Friday Night Rivals and get 10% off of your Salvatore's order. That's New York style pizza. That's the big slice that doesn't bend when you hold it up straight.
Is that you prefer your pizza?
I've had New York style pizza. I've had Salvatore's. Very good.
Okay.
I like pizza. I have to stay away from it because I'm older now. It stays with me much longer than your younger self.
I like nothing but cheese pizza. I don't like that fancy.
What?
Supreme.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm a simple guy.
Cheese?
Just give me some cheese pizza with some cheese bread and I'll be happy.
Oh, no.
I know it's a lot of cheese, but like you said, I'm a young guy, so I can work that out.
Spinach, mushrooms, pepperoni.
I may add bacon
things.
I may add bacon every now and then.
All right, 2nd down and 11. Salvatore's Pizza. Make sure you visit it. Quick pass from Freeman into the end zone. Touchdown, another City of Bessemer touchdown, and a great play there made by the tight end, Anderson Clark. 6'2", 185.
Anderson Clark was wide open right there. All you had to do was throw it to him. Nothing fancy, nothing too extreme. It was wide open, and they once again scored another touchdown for their drive.
20-10 is your score. And finally, they score in the second half. Point after attempt now by James Bryan. Kick is up, and it's good. So now, if you're Chip English, you may be able to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, you mean you score right here, you've been patient, and you fake the zone read. It's right there open, it's wide open. He's back there by himself, no one is guarding him, and set them up for success right there. And that's a way to end the drive right there. And Coach really wants to make a statement, and right there he just did.
And I think for the quarterback, Caleb Freeman, when you think about it, this young man transferred from Pleasant Grove, which was a 5A, 4A school. He comes to a 7A school along with his head coach, Coach LeBeau, who's the offense coordinator. And he has really been unfazed by the brighter flashing lights and the bigger teams that he's faced. He went up against IMG last week, now against a rival, and he's been able to really calm this team down, stay steady, and able to get touchdowns, and he's accounted for 3 passing touchdowns tonight.
Yes, this young man is just being terrific. I mean, he's very calm, very poised, and he's just doing what he's coached to do. And it's showing tonight on the football field. I mean, he's being very patient, making some explosive plays, and I think that is one of the keys in this game. He's just being calm and not freaking out when you have to.
I think that may be his greatest attribute as we see a Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union kickoff. Another sky kick, this time returnable to the 35. He never seems rattled. Even when things go wrong, he doesn't give the appearance that he doesn't know what the next step should be.
Yeah, great players. I mean, everybody's going to have anxiety, but sometimes in that moment, you can't sit there and freak out. You have to just keep your head in the game and sometimes mentally things can go wrong, but at the same time, you can't sit there and quit and give up.
And this young man right now has definitely shown a lot of poise. And Brock Bradley, the Clemson commit, his coach, Coach Fakakis, says he is a professional in an 18-year-old body in the way that he carries himself and thinks about next plays and improvement. Let's see what happens here. Bradley's got to go downfield, and this time he's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And that was Javon Pulliam there. Now they've got to go. It's go time. They need 2 scores.
They have to. They can't afford to lose any yards. They have to take what is given to them, try to make some explosive plays, and drive this ball efficiently downfield.
And looks like there was some grabbing and pulling, and yes, that should be a first down. And Trey Sanders, I think Trey Sanders was pulling on him because he was cramping up.
Yeah, this young man looked like his body's just wearing down.
Pass interference, fence, 15-yard penalty.
And let's take a look at our Fortis Institute scoring drive. 10 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 6 seconds, rounded off by the Anderson touchdown reception. Anderson Clark touchdown reception. And that's what you want to see if you're a Bucs fan. Bradley throws, and he gets hit. Ball is tipped, great catch. Great catch by Keaton Rego. And he pays the price on that, and he's still down.
Yeah, Keaton Rego made a very explosive play right there, was very patient. Took what the offense gave to him, but right now he is down, and we're trying to see what's happening. Very patient, rolls up in the pocket, takes the throw, great catch, very athletic, got some positive yards, took a mean hit right there to the ribs. So we're trying to see what can go on right here.
Oh, and you see him wincing, and I think he got all of the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, definitely, because, I mean, once he took that hit right there on the ribs, and he's probably just gasped for breath right now trying to figure out what's going on with the young man.
Now, I know you played the defensive front, but anywhere on the field you can get the wind knocked out of you. Have you ever had that happen to you?
Oh, yes. I've had it happen to me multiple times, especially most common for me is a crackback block. You know, you're trying to make a play, and out of nowhere, someone just comes and boom, and knocks you out, and, man, you're so embarrassed, and you're just gasping for breath, and you just land there. You're not hurt, but you're just really embarrassed, and you're gasping for breath, and that's why you have to keep your head on the swivel at all times.
And good job by Keaton Rego to get up, and looks like he's walking it off. But once again, this was a good tackle. Boom. Yeah, that shoulder hit right in the spot where
he's in good spirits jogging. Now I believe he wants to go back there and make another play, though.
Well, they're going to check him out, make sure he's okay. 1:44 left here in regulation. Jaguars can score, but they need 2 scores in order to regain the lead. A score here will definitely help change the momentum.
Definitely get the momentum going right here.
Thompson in the backfield now with Brock Bradley after the Rego catch. Here comes Bradley, getting pressure, throws a rainbow and incomplete. Thompson couldn't climb the ladder to get it.
Like he floated down right over the top right there. But at this point in the game, don't want to force nothing, but you do want to make great explosive plays. And right there, he floated over the top. Nothing was available. So at this point, you have to live for the next play.
Second and 10. The Bucs are trying to put this one on ice. The Jaguars trying to keep this game within reach. And here comes Bradley's going to run it. Gets inside the 10, and now the Window World red zone. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, but they got to be ready to go as soon as they start that clock.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for one of his explosive receivers right here. Didn't see that he just took off, got some positive yards, and he just took what was given to him.
Bradley with time, throw in the back of the end zone. Catch made, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, that would have been a great explosive catch if he was able to stay in bounds, but he was out of bounds, and, I mean, he took what was given to him.
Connor Grebb on the near reception.
Would have been a great catch if the young man was in bounds, though.
Minute 14 left here in regulation. They need to score twice if you're a Jaguars fan in order to pull off an upset. Thompson goes in motion toward the near sideline. Here comes Bradley, plenty of time. He's got to get rid of it. Got to make something happen. Throws it, and it's intercepted. Wow, interception, second interception of the night. Wow, what a play. Good job by the defense again. And that was Jonah Winston coming in to play defense.
Yes, young man, versatile. He made a play right here. I mean, Bradley had all day. He had all the time. See him directing traffic right here. He rolls out to his right, trying to see what's happening. But unfortunately, he just made a play right there. And Jonah Winston with the defensive play right there. And, I mean, this young man can play offense. Look like he can play a little defense, too.
Well, you saw a lot of guys cramping up. And you see Brock Bradley going underneath the tent, definitely not happy about throwing that second pick of the night.
Hate to see those types of plays, especially in a big rival game like this. You don't want to see those, negative plays and drive stoppers. But right there was just, that was just a great defensive play. Great. It was right there, so he took advantage of it and made the play that he needed to make.
And I think we may have our stop of the game unless Spain Park can come up with another play here. Minute left to play. Going to keep it on the ground. And that's Mosley.
At this point in the game, you're just trying to run the clock out, do what you're doing. Look like the young man's coming back in the game.
And Jonah Winston is coming back in. Less than a minute to play. And I think he may have earned our bus stop of the game.
Yeah, most definitely. Great play right there. That's one of those plays you call right time, right moment. He was right there, and he made a play, didn't freeze up, and he made a great play. That was a right on time play.
Clock still running. They need to get one more play off. Give it to Mosley. And Mosley. That'll be the last play. Mosley is down. Uh-oh. But the celebration will begin for the Hoover Bucks as they have been able to avenge last year's loss and walk away with a 21-10 victory over Spain Park here at Jaguar Stadium. And now it's time for our NHTSA bus stop play of the game.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
And Jonah Winston right there with the key interception to put this game on ice, RJ.
Yes, he definitely put it away right there. His eyes are right there in the backfield. He took away the play, and that's the kind of play you need in a game like that to put the icing on the cake right here. Right play, right time, and that was a very great play.
Had to make a play in the back of the end zone. Great job by NHTSA bus stop of the game. We take a break, we come back and try to wrap things up. But for the Hoover Bucks, they get their first win of the season. Stay tuned. great game tonight, and it was an opportunity for the Hoover Bucks to get on the winning side of things. Their first victory of the night goes against their arch rival, the Spain Park Jaguars. But what we saw tonight was a great display offensively and defensively from Hoover, 21-10 victorious. And it's time now for our Whataburger play of the game, just like you like it. Whataburger play of the game, and it happened early in the first quarter.
Yes, it happened very early in the first